Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Akhmad Dzulfiqar Ilyas, and I'm about to tell you guys about the impact of using handphone. As we know, handphone that we use now has become one of the devices that we cannot live, especially in this 20th century. Everything that phone bring, it help us whether it's for do our assignment and even help our parents to do their jobs. It can also help us for our daily utilities like uh, paying the bills, like electricity bills, water bills, for do something without even go to the place like booking a hotel and even shopping. We can also just using our handphones. From kids till adults, almost everyone uses a handphone. Did you know that in 2018, for more than 38 billion units of handphones are sold in Indonesia, and this number is still rising every year. Although handphone has become one of the gadgets to help our everyday life, but the excessive use of handphones can cause several problems, whether it's physically or mentally. There are certain harmful health effects which may be caused by the immoderate use of cell phones. According to the modern research, the most menacing problem is connection between cell phones and cancer. Even though the data remains controversial, most of the scientists agree that there is a certain threat from using cell phones too much. It is reported that people who talk on the phone for several hours are 50% more likely to develop a brain cancer. The reason is for this is the radio waves, produced by the mobile phone. It is calculated that every minute the human brain receives about 220 electromagnetic impulses, which are not necessarily harmful, but which is definitely will affect the brain. In cases of prolonged impact, recent studies report two types of brain cancer that may occur from this. It's glioma and acoustic neuroma. Apart from cancer rates, mobile phone influences our nervous system, and and also the excessive use of mobile phones, if we're using it too much, can also affect us mentally. The first is the mobile phone can cause addiction. Yes, it's a thing. It's called nomophobia. It's a name of the phobia of being out of the cell phone contact. Like this kind of phobia is like it can cause depression, anxiety, and other mental disorders happen when you are not in contact with your cell phones. When these things happens to you, it means that you already has this phobia. It's nomophobia, because you are scared. You feel like you can live without your phone close to you or without them in contact. The other is using handphone is, if we're using it too much for no good reason, it's going to be a waste of time. The average person checks his phone once every 12 minutes, leading it to 80 times a day. And most of the people is just check their phones for no good reason. And even when not using their phones, you might often see people fidgeting with their phones. Like, just kind of look for phones for no reason. And the other effect is it can cause depression. I mean. You know, social media is one of the great things that we have. We can share our things, we can share our thoughts and something. And social media is really popular, especially among teenagers like me and my other friends. But using too much social media, and social media also is not always a good place to hang out, because there will always be certain things or certain people that can just make you feel uncomfortable. The haters, I mean. If you take it too much and you just get the hatred from the internet, it can cause a depression. It's what makes me not really active in social media. I'm just enjoying it when I have a free time. But yeah, I more like to play a game rather than playing social media, because some of the people they're obsessed with likes and views. They even make something really personal, then they just show it that it's not appropriate to show. All of this is just for likes and views. I don't get it. And the other is it can cause a distraction. People cannot exclude the fact that mobile phones are a huge distraction. Even I know it's a huge distraction. Like, I'm gonna tell my story. Like, I'm going to do my homework at a certain time, and I about to take a 5 minutes break from my homework, and without unconsciously, I'm taking my phone and just scrolling out YouTube or playing games, and without I even realize, I have wasted 2 hours because of my phone, and I almost forget that I have a homework. It's a huge distraction. I mean. Also, the communication from the handphones. Even though handphones help us to communicate with other people, but it also makes us forget to interact with the people around us. This is a kind of irony that I see when I hang out with my friends, that when we hang out, we're not talking to each other, we just busy with our phones. That's ironic, really. I feel sad about it. Man, today world of technology and inventions, there are many tools that essentially to facilitate our life. And mobile phones play an important role in this development of human civilization. But their excessive use brings several problems. And to reduce these harmful effects, we should always remember that a mobile phone is a friend. It's not our master. We are not going to be slaved by our phone, and we should never use it too much. Maybe that's all from me that I could talk to you. Thank you so much for listening, and goodbye.